Welcome to days 4 and 5 of round 2 of our chasecation. I was excited to be chasing in Nebraska, and I wrote in my journal that there's some chase days that are supposed to be big, but you kind of know it's probably overhyped. Well, today truly felt like it was going to be a good day. We started off the day right by making a Walmart run and grabbing some delicious baked goods from a local bakery. We are in McCook, Nebraska in the Walmart parking lot, and we took turns going in because I'm exporting a video and I want it to stay plugged in. Today's an enhanced day, and unlike other enhanced days this year where it seems like there's a lot of hype and nothing happening, based on my future cast, I think it actually is going to be a really good day. So I'm excited, and I'm really excited to be chasing in Nebraska. I love chasing up here. And another reason I love Nebraska is because of these dill pickle pretzels. I look at like every Walmart, and I've only ever been able to find them, I think, in the Walmarts in Nebraska. So I bought 4 bags. Dad wanted a donut, and the only thing we could find was this Center Dutch Oven Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? Is that a pig ear?
It's called a crisp.
Whoa.
Try bite. It's good.
Wow.
It's good.
So you just got a crisp, and what else?
Not a long john.
A what? A long john?
Long john.
Whoa, what the heck is a long john?
I don't know. We'll try it.
Wow.
Looks to me like a maple bar with a fancy name.
I like this crisp is good. This is the Long John. It looks almost like just a donut bar, and it looks like it has the crisp on it. It's nothing.
Crispy.
Mmm.
Somebody's in love.
I like that the donut's not too like oily tasting. It's kind of like a little bit bready, but soft and fresh.
So this is...
I like it. We can go here again someday.
Okay, excellent.
We're in Juanita, Nebraska. And Dad found a taco truck. So he swung in here. This is Juanita. Oh, by the way, Dad did not get his burrito.
No.
He wasn't hungry enough. What? Oh my gosh. Walgreens. It's a fake Walgreens.
Look at the old theater. This is
Chateau.
really cool. Got an old
Wow,
church.
an old church. Welcome to Juanita.
This is like one weird... Look how they pave the streets. It's just like...
Everything's like brick.
Look at this. PG family.
Oh, no boy.
They have their own little theater. That's so cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, the senior center.
There's the medical clinic. Look.
What? Oh.
This is it.
Look, they have an optometrist or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Freemason.
1955.
Whatever that symbol
the
is.
Library. This
Wow.
is kind of cool.
There's
little
the
town
community
in a weird,
building.
Weird way.
And look, we're at the edge of town now.
Should I go back?
Yeah. Whoa, that was probably the old tavern.
The old bar. Yeah, tavern.
There's their grain silo with
office.
the name. Yeah.
Or that's probably the old hotel.
Whoa, why are there weird tombstones in that building? So this is where you have to go to do your grocery shopping.
You know,
$5.99 for a fresh boneless beef.
pretty things.
Coffee and floral.
Oh wow, they love their coffee.
Oh my gosh, they're trying to make it like Rose Apothecary or whatever from Schitt's Creek, I think.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, there's the little town of Juanita.
All right, well, that was interesting.
We already had a few severe worn cells by mid-afternoon, including a TVS cell to our north, but we were honed in on this meso headed toward Oshkosh. Well, that cell fizzled and we set our sights on this one by Sydney. This was the theme of the day. Cells popping up, getting intense, disappearing, large hail, then small hail, TVS, no TVS, mesocyclone, no mesocyclone. Yes, the conditions are always changing when we chase, but today it seemed to be happening in particularly short windows of time. Our chase was going great and aligning with the models in our predictions and strategies. Our cell was growing in intensity and had a nice couplet. The problem was that we had to keep zigzagging to get behind the meso because there was so much large hail. And because there wasn't a clean grid system, we kept getting in terrible positions where our visibility was obscured.
We have been driving around these dirt roads, zigzagging our way northwest, south, back to Lodgepole. So we're trying to get to the back end so we can get a clear shot of the meso because it has so much hail around it. We knew we wouldn't be able to see it from any other point, so we just had to wait for it to go by to avoid the hail because it's showing it has 3 1/4 inch hail. And now it's clear and we can see it starting to see the back end, so we're going in for the kill, right?
Going to the sunshine.
Yeah. Wow, we were just talking about our convoluted plan for getting on the south side of this storm, and we thought we were the only people doing this, but look who's right in front of us, the good old NSF people.
Yeah.
So I guess we weren't the only ones taking this route.
Our cell went tornado warned and we were only a few miles from the meso, and once again we were on the only tornado warned cell in the US. We finally maneuvered into a clearing and we were able to get a view of it.
I think that's the meso back there. Is that right?
There's all this hail, and we're right here looking at the sky.
We saw a lot of other chasers that day, but it never felt too crowded. Because there were so many cells popping up and then fizzling, we had tough calls to make deciding which ones were worth going after and how to narrowly squeeze between them without getting blasted by hail, which obviously didn't work. We had several cells that were merging together, but we finally got to the back end of the line where there was a TVS and strong couplet. We were met with a stunning rainbow, and then we encountered something I've never seen before. Hail fog. The cell had dumped a ton of hail, and the resulting fog afterward was so insanely thick you could barely see what was in front of you sometimes. Hail fog occurs when cold balls of ice fall into warm, very moist air near the surface. As the hail accumulates on the ground, it cools the air just above the ground to the dew point, resulting in this fog.
Okay, they're being very extreme. Look at all the hail on the side of the road. Is these giant hail or is it like... Yeah. It's all crazy foggy. We've seen the Doppler people. Wow. Look at that.
Sorry, guys.
And look at this. Look at the field with the rainbow. The rainbow goes all the way across the sky.
The sky was beautiful, but we really didn't see much that day. There were TVS cells all over, the chasers were out, and even though Nebraska and northern Kansas were supposed to be the hot zones that day, all the tornadoes were in Colorado. We gave it one last ditch effort, but once again, all we saw was a beautiful sky.
There's like an updraft and he's trying to form his own new little cell. He literally popped up before his eyes. We were going after a different cell and this one just poof popped up. Dad says that we're going for the tail end Charlie.
Yeah, it's tail and Charlie time. And
It's,
things are strengthening everywhere.
It's 8:45
Nice.
and
Look at
things are
this.
starting to reform and the temp went back up to 64.
Even that little thing is dropping out. Big. But
So we're giving it one last go.
Straight in.
It didn't get dark out till almost 10 last night when we got into Nebraska, so we can probably chase for another like 40 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can make something of this.
totally.
We don't quit till there's nothing left
Yeah,
to chase.
so we can't see.
Yeah.
We headed back to McCook for the night and saw some great lightning on the way. After a few disappointing chase days, we had an off day which we spent working. After not eating all day, we finally emerged around 8 p.m. and made our way to Walmart and bought food you'd only buy when you go shopping on an empty stomach. We sat in the parking lot and consumed Walmart bakery cake and an entire pint of blueberry shortcake ice cream. Then we drove around McCook and found an abandoned building that we just knew had an interesting history. This used to be a hospital, I think.
It just looks like a hospital.
We're in McCook and we came across this building. Whoa, look at that door up there. It's got to have been a hospital. It's this huge brick building. And then across the way is this other big brick building. Maybe it was like a Catholic-run hospital. Oh, there's a window open.
Yeah.
Huh. What are these? Look at these weird symbols.
Yeah, like coat of arms.
Yeah, like it's like something Catholic. We should go look.
Saint?
I'm gonna go put my phone up to the window and see what it looks like in there. Look at this. Oh, look, St. Catherine of Siena Hospital. So it was a hospital, and then maybe they turned it into. Look. There's like weird chairs and crap here. St. Catherine's was dedicated in 1923 and had 80 rooms with 50 beds. There was an operating room for major operations, one for minor operations, and a third one for ear, nose, and throat work. The first surgery was performed on July 25th, 1923. It was a teaching hospital, but by 1927 ran out of space and its school discontinued. 3,000 patients were treated in the first 5 years, and additional wings were built and renovations occurred over the next 2 decades. By the late 60s, though, the modifications needed to make the hospital compliant with new laws would cost more than 50% of the cost of a new, more modern building. The new structure was the obvious choice, and St. Catherine's was abandoned. The hospital was turned into apartments, and in 2014, after sitting empty for several years, it was purchased for 16,500 smacks and planned to be turned into condos. Guess that didn't really pan out, though. Dang. I wonder if there's other windows I can look inside of. It's got all these darn weeds around it, and I'm wearing sandals. I don't want to get ticks, but didn't know we were going to come across a place like this. I want to find an entrance into it. Look up there. Wow. Oh, look, it says STC for St. Catherine. And then I bet maybe this was like some kind of like church thing where whatever those chapels are that are at hospitals, maybe this is like their version of that. This door was cracked open and I just kicked this door open to find a boat. Oh, jeez. They have tons of giant moths here, so there is an entry point in there.
It's musty. It smells kind of like grandparents' old basement.
Ew. Oh my gosh.
This is like, what if this is a morgue or something? Look at that fluid down there.
Ew. I know.
Or it's a kitchen
It
or...
looks like a hospital. I know they turn it into apartments, but it looks like a hospital to me. Ew, there's an old desk.
Need a light put through here.
This is like really creepy. I don't want to go in. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Look at that.
I like the morgue.
This is kind of creepy. Do you think it's safe down here, Dad?
Is it safe?
Yeah, like you don't think some psycho's gonna come in here? You look at these weird double doors.
The thing is, it's,
Look at that vacuum. It's like
look,
everything in here is so
I think this is just
the
like
laundromat.
Oh, what's that? Records? Are those old records?
I don't know.
Go in. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't want to touch them. Broken mirror.
Ooh, look at this old McCook. 2017.
Oh, look at that old radio.
See, I just think this was an apartment building, so it's not like we're
Yeah, but
looking
you
at a
can
hospital
tell.
shit.
Yeah, I know, but you can tell it used to be a hospital.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Okay. Go down, go out. It's kind of making me nervous in here. I don't know why.
What?
It kind of makes me nervous in here. It's just so like eerily quiet.
Yeah.
No, that's not how we came in. That's the weird kitchen though. Should we just peek down here for a second? Ew, that chair looks gigantic.
What?
Don't. Look, this is a hospital elevator for a hospital bed. Look how big that is. Oh my, oh shit, something scared me. I don't know, some noise.
Alright.
Okay, it's kind of creepy in here. I kind of want to go. Okay. Ew. Look at this. Nasty nappy couch. Chair thing.
Leaky
I don't
pipe, I guess.
know.
It's very tough.
There's something creepy about this place. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Even though we've explored many abandoned places, this place really creeped me out. It wasn't that we saw anything creepy, it was more the energy in there. It was dead silent and felt totally still inside. Even my dad afterward kept saying it felt unsettling in there, which is why we didn't spend too much time exploring it. On the next episode, we had another beautiful chase day that lacked structure, and more abandoned buildings and small towns to explore. See you next time.